I was looking at some industry stats this morning, and the churn rate for salons is terrifying. It seems like every owner is obsessed with the same old retention strategies: loyalty cards, birthday discounts, free coffee. But based on what we're looking at today, those things might actually be, well, useless.
I wouldn't say useless, but they are definitely the fast food of retention. They're cheap calories. They might get someone through the door once, but they don't build loyalty. True retention isn't about a punch card, it's about psychology. If you're trying to keep a client for 10 years, you have to stop thinking like a service provider and start thinking like a relationship expert.
That's a big shift. So we have 5 things here that are supposedly the real drivers of retention. And I have to admit, the first one caught me off guard. It's about saying no.
Exactly. It sounds counterintuitive, right? We're trained to say yes, to upsell, to give the client whatever they ask for. But the strongest trust builder is actually the integrity no. Imagine a client comes in wanting to go platinum blonde in one sitting, but her hair is already compromised. If you do it, you get the money today. But when her hair breaks off 2 weeks later, she blames you.
So by refusing the money, you're actually earning their trust?
Precisely. When you tell a client, I won't do this because I care about the health of your hair too much, you stop being a salesperson and start being a consultant. A doctor doesn't prescribe medication just because the patient asks for it. That moment of friction, that no, signals that you value their long-term well-being over your short-term profit. That is incredibly rare, and clients never forget it.
That makes sense. It shifts the dynamic completely. Okay, moving to the second point, which is about what happens between appointments. I feel like most salons only care about the hour the client is in the chair.
And that is the fatal flaw. We call this educational empowerment. Look, your client is a walking billboard for your work. If they leave the salon looking great, but wash their hair 3 days later and can't style it, they feel frustrated, and subconsciously they associate that frustration with you.
So retention is actually about teaching them to not need you?
In a way, yes. You need to teach them how to maintain the look. Show them exactly how to hold the curling iron, what product to use, and why. When a client can replicate that salon feeling at home on a Tuesday morning, they feel competent and beautiful. They attribute that confidence to you. You aren't just selling a haircut, you're selling the ability to manage their own image. That's addictive.
I love that. It's like giving them a superpower. Now, the third one is interesting because it touches on the social aspect. We always assume clients want to chat, vent, and gossip. But this point suggests we should shut up?
It's the rise of the silent appointment. We are living in a hyper-stimulated world. People are exhausted. For many clients, the salon is the only time in their month where no one is demanding anything from them. If you force small talk on a burnt-out executive or a tired parent, you become another drain on their energy.
But isn't the relationship built on conversation?
The relationship is built on empathy. Offering a silent appointment option on your booking form is a massive power move. It says, I see you, I respect your energy, and this is a safe space to just exist. For an introvert or someone with high anxiety, that relief is worth more than any discount you could ever offer. They will stay with you simply because you let them rest.
That's profound. It's reading the room on a deeper level. Speaking of reading the room, point 4 is about data, but not the boring kind.
Right. We're talking about micro-personalization. Most salons use automated texts. It's time to book. That's robotic. Real retention is making a note that their daughter had a dance recital or that they were nervous about a job interview.
So, following up on the life event, not just the hair?
Exactly. Imagine receiving a text 2 weeks later that says, hey, hope the interview went well. How is the new color settling in? That's human. It breaks the transactional wall. We crave being known. If a stylist remembers my dog's name and my coffee order, I'm not leaving. I'm emotionally invested.
It's the cheers effect. Everybody knows your name. Okay, the final point. This one is about the exit.
The exit experience. We put so much effort into the welcome, the greeting, the robe, the water. But psychology tells us about the peak end rule. People judge an experience largely by how it ends.
And usually the end is the worst part. It's standing at a counter, fumbling for a credit card, looking at a high bill.
Exactly. It's painful. It kills the vibe. You just had this relaxing 2-hour spa experience, and suddenly it's a transaction. To fix this, you need to make the checkout invisible or ultra smooth. Rebook them while they are still in the chair. Have card on file payments so they can just walk out. Or hand them a tiny sample or a handwritten note as they leave.
So the last emotion they feel isn't I just spent $200, but I feel special.
Bingo, you want the lingering aftertaste of the appointment to be generosity and ease, not administrative friction.
It's amazing how none of these are about the actual haircut.
The haircut is the baseline, it has to be good, but the retention, that's all about how you made them feel about themselves.
That's a powerful place to wrap up. We often get caught up in the technical skills, the balayage technique, the scissor work, but the real glue is emotional intelligence. It's the integrity to say no, the empathy to stay silent, and the thoughtfulness to remember the details.
Absolutely. In an automated transactional world, being deeply human is the ultimate competitive advantage. If you can master that, your chair will never be empty.